acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind. Acquaintance be forgot and never brought. An old lang syne for old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne. Let's take a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne, and surely he'll be your pine stout, and surely I'll be mine. We'll take a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne, for old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne. We'll take a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne. We twice have run about and found the going fine, but we've wandered many a way we've been since old lang syne, and old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne. We'll drink a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne. Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and old lang syne? Should
Good evening, good morning, Happy New Year. It is 1:01 a.m. Central Standard Time, January 1st, 2017. My name is Will, also known as Diablo del Toro. Happy New Year, everybody. Good times. Oh, jeez, what the hell? Anyway, before we get started, let's check out Grind Kings Gaming at twitch.tv/grind_kings with a Z _gaming. Great bunch of people. You're starting out looking for a place to hook up, meet other streamers, build your following. Here's a good place to start. Fine folks, great collective. Check them out. They're good people. Going somewhere in this new year? I use Booking.com for my travel needs. I do, actually. I use it a lot. My affiliate link is www.booking.com/s/Diablo24. That's DIBLO 24. You get a little something, I get a little something. It helps the stream out. I got other affiliates, but That's the one with the easiest link to remember. Um, so yeah. So today we're going to be stream simulcasting my recording of my Bobo Audio Presents podcast. We're doing my, I don't know why I'm doing a 2017. I said I would, and I'm one of these people, if I say I do something, I'm going to do it, even though there's no real point for me to do it. So I'm doing my sort of year in review movies, except out of the top 10 list, I'm using Rotten Tomatoes simply because they have a more succinct list of movies, even though their top 10 may not be other people's top 10. So I'm going to just. And the thing is, I've been in sort of a funk all year where I've literally, out of the top 10, I've seen two of those movies. I've only seen two of the top 10 in theater. And I've actually seen maybe 1, 2, 3. I've only seen 3 or 4 of them. Even rented. And I've seen some more out of outside of the. I think I've only actually seen. I can truly say I've seen. Okay, there's a third one. There's a third one I've seen this year. They're all been superhero movies, so that's a hint. So far, I've seen 3 movies out of this list. Several I've wanted to see. I've wanted to see a lot of them, actually, but I've just not. Alright. We might even go, anyway. So out of the top 100, I've actually physically been in a movie theater, seen 3 of them. And I'm going to turn this into a podcast somehow. Oh, God, what is the point of that? I ask myself. Ugh, what is the point of that? Oy, oy, oy. Seems like now that I actually think about it, it seems like a big old waste of time. Oh. But I said I'd do it, so I'll do it. Ugh, I've got a congested nose. Don't have a cold, but my nose is just stuffed up constantly. Alrighty. I might go ahead and start recording here. Alright, so you might hear the little. Oh, I don't have the Cool Edit Pro set up in the stream this time like I did previously. Simply because I've got the website Rotten Tomatoes set up so you can see. It's a little different. That's what I did. Track 3. Hang on. I'm adjusting some stuff. Why? I don't know. But I am. We'll remove that block. That is Crimson Fly. Alright. We'll start it there. Alrighty. We're almost ready to start the recording part. So, that's not where we want to do that. Okay. I guess I'm about ready here. Let me check the Twitch stream. We got good. I got excellent health. My stream health is excellent. I like having good stream health. Alright, anyway. we are doing, because I still owe a couple more podcasts, sort of best of podcasts. I'm not doing books. I didn't read a book this year. There are books I've wanted to read, and there are books that are interesting. I've read comics. I read comics. I've still read Saga. I've been reading. I'm sort of I've deviated totally off of what the point is of this stream/podcast. But let's talk about it real quick. Books I've not read this year. Pretty much. There's books. I've got books I want to read. Just haven't picked them up yet. They're not, and they were all published, I believe, before 2017, so they would not fall under this scenario. But I've read comic books. I'm presently. It's Saga. But Saga doesn't restart till next year. I've been reading a little of the DC Metals. Main thing I'm into is now Doomsday Clock out of DC. That storyline, that miniseries. I'm trying not to get back into it because there's nothing. I was reading years ago, not years, but well, I think my aunt got up again. Anyway, hang on just a second. Yeah, she's up again. I hear the TV going. Anyway, this might be a short one. Simply because, what are we talking about? Yeah. We're simply going to talk, I think for the podcast, I'm going to talk about the movies I did see. The 3 movies I did see out of the list. The movies I sort of saw. And that means basically I downloaded through various means on the internet. Saw. And by saw, I mean I skip through. I speed skip through the movie. To get, which is not good. And not because I don't have an attention span anymore. Due to the internet, I just don't have an attention span to watch a movie at home. But I will sometimes because I don't watch movies, but I will watch Netflix. I was watching Punisher for a while, but I stopped. There's some interesting stuff, but I can't really sit. I just don't. It's so cold. I need to put my jacket on. Anyway, all right. Let me just do this. I'm yammering. I'm so yammering. Did I lose Nightbot? Okay. I had a viewer for a while. I have no idea who the viewer was, but I had a viewer, it said. Oh, well. But, alright, let's just start this. Let me find my... Okay, is it promoted me? It did promote me. I'll be darned. Sweet. Alright. Anyway, let's get started. Here we go. Let me find my... Oh, good evening, everybody. And good morning. And Happy New Year. This is Will, aka Diablo del Toro, with Bobo Audio Presents. And it's January 1st, 1:12 a.m. Monday, Central Time, USA. How y'all doing? I've been away from my computer for a while because I was having heat issues with my CPU. I've recently purchased a video card, upgraded, so I was playing Fortnite PUBG, and my CPU was reaching the 60 to 70 centigrade mark, and that was freaking me out a little bit. I don't even know if that's actually hot for it, but I didn't like it. So I decided to get a new heat sink and fan. So I ordered this fan, heat sink and fan off of Amazon, and it was a cheap one, $15. Cool Master though, which makes a good heat sink fan system. And I get the thing in, and it's huge. It is freaking huge. Oh my god, it's so big. Compared to the other compared to the heat sink that's in there right now, it's like 3 times bigger than the original one in there. So I'm in there and I'm gonna install it. I have to take my, it's computer related, so you got to take the computer, and I end up having to take the whole motherboard out. It's unplug. I have to take the whole freaking motherboard out, and I get the thing out, and I still can't install it because the heatsink comes with this back plate, which you put with screws in it, which you put through the back of the motherboard. The screws protrude into the main part of the motherboard. You screw, and it's where you screw on the spacers, and then you screw the heatsink into those spacers. Right? I don't know if you can visualize that, but anyway, the problem is my gaming computer is built off of a Dell Optiplex 990, and Dell uses basically a, I don't want to say prefab, but they use a proprietary type of motherboard where there's already a back plate on that motherboard where I had to install one, and I can't take the old back plate off because it's glued on there. So in order to take the back plate off, I risk literally breaking the motherboard. So I had to put it took several days for me to just get the energy up to, put the motherboard back together. Put the whole computer back together. And because it was just an ordeal, and then I couldn't find my thermal paste. But I eventually found the thermal paste, and I eventually got it all put back together. And I am here with you all this evening. And my CPU is running it a little hot. It's running, well, I am streaming. I am multitasking pretty good here. I'm streaming as well as just recording a podcast. If you want to see this, check out twitch.tv/Diablo del Toro, where you can see the live stream simulcast. Hopefully I'll get around to eventually putting this on the YouTube page. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't know. But anyway, today's topic, the best movies of 2017, and according to me and Rotten Tomatoes. I'll go over, basically, I'm only going to go over the top 10, Rotten Tomatoes top 10, and then I'm going to discuss my best films. And I'm going to actually discuss films after we go over the top 10 Rotten Tomato films. We'll go over some of the top 100 Rotten Tomato films, because I've got opinions on some of those. I'll admit, first and foremost, out of the top 10 Rotten Tomatoes list, I've only seen in the theater 2. Out of the top 100 Rotten Tomatoes list, I've only seen 3. For whatever reason, I've just lost interest in watching movies. I mean, I love movies still. I really do. There's so many movies I want to see. But where I'm living right now, it makes it... the nearest movie theater, I believe, is like an hour. It's about 40... It's in Selma. There's a movie theater in Selma. But I think it's weekend only. I don't know. It might be. This holiday season, they might have been open during the week, but it's usually a weekend deal. It was like in Selma. I don't know how the one in Greenville is, how far that one is, but I'm thinking Selma might be the closest one. So it's like 45 minutes to an hour away. 45 minutes, I think. And they've, of course, got other means to find movies here. There's Redbox, there's video streaming, and there's video service like at Netflix, yada, yada, yada. But I just haven't had the attention span to really get into movies much. And to be totally honest, the only reason I'm doing this particular podcast is I said I would, because I don't think it'll be particularly. I shouldn't say that because it's gonna. You're like, then why am I even listening to this? But like I said, I've only seen 3 of the top 100 movies. But I said I would. It'll give me something to do. It'll give you something to do. So let's get into it. So let's talk first. The top 10 movies according to Rotten Tomatoes for 2017, starting with number 10. Thor Ragnarok. I did not see Thor Ragnarok, but it got 92 with an audience score of 80%, a 92% off of the critics. Rotten Tomatoes give it a 92, audience gave it an 88. It's a movie I totally want to see. The whole Marvel Cinematic Universe to me is infinite. As a comic nerd, they've just nailed it the way they've put it all together. I am totally jazzed by the fact that they've purchased Fox Films and they've got the rights to all of it now. Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, I don't even know what the other ones are. Deadpool, all that, X-Men, all of that. Or I don't know if Spider-Man technically, maybe it is, I can't remember. But all that is now back in play for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It totally is back in play. And with, I don't know what, if the whole Infinity Gauntlet thing is just one movie or there's possibly 2 movies. I think it's one movie, but there's a way to bring it all in now. You know, as a comic nerd, it's a big deal. I don't know how to back up using this link at all. Because I've got the screen here. Crikey. Anyway, it was Thor Ragnarok. Number 10. Number 9, the movie is Coco. Hang on. Anyway, Coco. Oh, that's that. It got 90% out of Rotten Tomatoes. And it got 95 out of the audience score. Yeah. I honestly, is it a Pixar film? I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's Benjamin Bratt as a large Latin related. It's just, I don't know. I wasn't interested. I'm sorry. That's all I got to say on that. I don't know. Coco. Number 8, Star Wars: Last Jedi. What can I say? I wanted to see it. I still want to see it, even though I've already read the spoilers. I know what happens. Like an idiot, I read the spoilers. What are you going to do? I read the spoilers. It's a done deal. but I still wanted to see. I want to see it. Oh, there's so many ads on this page. Anyway, that's Star Wars: Last Jedi. Baby Driver. Um, Another movie I didn't see this one. I wanted to see it. It got a 93 out of Tomatoes. Audience score gave it an 86. Crime drama thingy. Yeah, heist film. Action of Edgar Wright, written and directed by Edgar Wright. So yeah, Kevin Spacey in his last movie before his career went. It all went to shit for him. Number 6. Oh, crap. Hang on. My CPU has gone hot. God dog it. If I have to put more thermal paste on that, I guess I will have to. I didn't really put a whole lot on there. I put some, but it could... Ugh. Damn. Damn. Anyway, sorry about that. Anyway, Logan. The last Wolverine film with Hugh Jackman. 93 Rotten Tomatoes. Audience score 90. Loved it. It was I thought it was amazing. Just the pseudo... It wasn't a dystopia, but just the way they created this near future, but it was a future but near future where it was still relatable. And the girl who played X-23, and just to see him, a vulnerable Wolverine, was just too much. Number 5, Lady Bird. Haven't seen it. Absolutely want to see it. I can't pronounce the girl's name. What's her? Sarah. Oh, Jesus. I'm gonna look up real quick. Look up her Wikipedia just to get so I can get the pronunciation correctly. She was been in a bunch of films. Doesn't even have a Saoirse. Oh my god. Now I'm going to have to Google it again. I'm going to have to Google the pronunciation of her name. It's pronounced Saoirse Ronan. Saoirse Una Ronan. I'm a big fan of her. She's just, cute and adorable. But she has Good in Brooklyn, which I didn't see that. But I did see her in Hannah. And I've seen her in The Lovely Bones. And I want to see her on Lady Bird. I really do. She has a certain charm about her that I like. And I want to see that on film in Lady Bird. Oh, this thing keeps going off. I'm gonna have to... It never... Well, I never... I'm gonna have to edit this down with all this. Anyway, Lady Bird. That was that. That was number 5. Wonder Woman, number 4. 92% on Rotten Tomatoes. 88 audience. Saw this in the theater. Loved it. I never... Honestly, when I heard she was cast, I wasn't I didn't hate it, but I wasn't so into it because the only thing I've known her from was the Fast and the Furious movies. So it was just, and I've never really seen a Fast and the Furious movie, only because I knew she was in it, and so I was like, really, what? But she was amazing. She's amazing. She's gorgeous. She's amazing. Yeah, that's a qualifying factor, but Wonder Woman's gorgeous and amazing too, and she pulls it off. Dunkirk. Wanted to see it. Christopher Nolan. Big films. He makes big films. Dunkirk is a big film. I wanted to see it, but it's only because it reminds me of those old, black and white, like The Longest Day and Midway and these sort of epic war films that are 3 hours long that just, or Battle of the Bulge or Bridge Too Far, those 70s World War II films that just were epic. That reminds me of that, and I wanted to see it, and I still want to see it. Number 2, The Big Sick. Didn't see it. I rented it, started to watch it, and then I'm getting old. I used to be, and I'm still a fan of Kumail Nanjiani. Please forgive me if I get the name wrong. But in recent, I'm getting old. I'm turning into an old conservative, an old Republican, because now I just think of him as a pretentious Hollywood type, not a liberal, because I'm a dirty liberal too, but I'm not a liberal, but I'm a moderate. But anyway, I consider him, he's a Hollywood type, and he just seems pretentious to me, and that's why I just couldn't get into. I basically watched 5-10 minutes of it. And I just kept, his Twitter feed just kept getting into my head, and that was just like, ugh. I still eventually, I do want to see it because it's supposed to be a good film, and I like comedies, and even though it's Judd Apatow, and I can't stand Judd Apatow because he's a pretentious turd as well. But who knows? Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I'll have to download it, and that way I don't have to pay for it, I guess. And then finally, the best film according to Rotten Tomatoes is Get Out. Was that a Josh Whedon film? Let me look. No, it's Jordan Peele. What am I thinking? Jordan Peele. That's right. I knew that. It had Bradley Whitford in it. Catherine Keener. It's about white guys kidnapping black guys and becoming black guys to maintain their youth or something like that. I don't know. I didn't watch all of it. It was one of those films I downloaded and it sort of schemed through. I'm sure at some point I'll rewatch it. But that's your number 1 film of the year. Like I said before, let's do a quick review. Well, not review, but let's discuss. Like I said, of the movies in the top 100 Rotten Tomato list that I've seen Wonder Woman in the theater. I've seen Logan in the theater. And then out of this list, try to look of the 100 films that what is it? Rotten Tomatoes. There are 100 films of the year. The only other one was. Where did I lost it? It's back. Hang on. Was Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 at number 59. I saw that in the theater. Let me quickly discuss that. I mean, it was a good film. Visually stunning, funny. James Gunn, love his work. Still love his work. But it was just, I don't know. The third act was just a little, just, I don't know. Maybe it was the personification element. Kurt Russell, being, I don't know. That just made it too convenient that you find out here, and just sort of the fact that before, you know, the movie actually came out, he sort of, I don't know, he says it's not a spoiler, but I like I like to have that, that I like to have not have the reveal made, even though if it's maybe not a spoiler. But you know, I like monster films that don't reveal the monster in the trailer. And I would have preferred not knowing that Kurt Russell was Ergo, the Living Planet, before the movie. It would have been a nice thing to have kept quiet. That I could, we could have discovered. Everybody could have just discovered in the filming, in watching the film. That's what I would have preferred. But that's just me, I guess. But so those are basically the only three films I was able to bring myself to sit through were three superhero movies. But I still haven't brought myself to see Ragnarok yet. I still haven't brought myself to see Justice League yet. Let me just go quickly over the 100 to talk about films I would love to see. Starting at 100, I would love to see The Founder with Michael Keaton about the creation of McDonald's. I would love to see that film. That looks so good. Michael Keaton looks so good in that trailer. He looks wonderfully assholish. Oh. Oh, no, not that one. So, the next movie is number 90, Okja. That's, I believe that's a Korean film. Yeah. Korean sort of, I don't know, science fiction fantasy about a Okja, whatever, a big dog creature thing. But for some reason it's Korean, but it somehow has Paul Dano and Tilda Swinton in it. And Jake Gyllenhaal. Okay. It's intriguing. I want to see that. Let's see. What else do I want to see? The Lost City of Z. I remember a trailer for that. I wanted to see that. I still sort of want to see that. Next. I'm going to have to... Oh, my computer's just acting up. My... Number 28, Blade Runner 2049. Didn't see it in the theater. I would have totally planning on to it. Would love to, I'll still see that at some point. Lucky Logan. About the comedy heist film robbing NASCAR with Daniel Craig playing a hillbilly hick. Want to see that. Am I the Lego Batman movie was at 22? Am I the only one sort of tired of these Lego movies now? I mean, it was a great concept, but now it's just sort of like, it's like the games. They're Legoing all these game versions of all these games, and now it's like, you're going to make movies of all the games? It's like, yeah, the premise is dying. It's enough of that. I did download and watch Spider-Man Homecoming, but I quick zipped through it. I liked it, but I still have it. The War for the Planet of the Apes. I saw the first one. Didn't see the second one. I've seen parts of it. I haven't seen it all the way through. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure it's great. It seems like a great summer blockbuster film. But I just haven't gotten into it. It just doesn't have that sort of 60s cheesiness the original series had. Which, of course, I'm sure they're not going for the cheesiness, but I'm old, so that's just I just don't get into it. That's why I don't get into it. All right. I'm going to end it. That's enough of this podcast. Because it's been utterly, utterly lame. But I've gone 27 minutes in recording here, so that's enough, I guess. Alrighty. Before I go, I want to thank you for listening. If you are listening, let me also go over some quick advertising here real quick. If you get a chance, check us out at facebook.com/Bobo Audio. The pinned post at the top has all of our affiliates. We have affiliate links with Amazon, Audible, Play Asia, Teespring, Fiverr, Booking, Alan Dupé, Dollar Shave Club. I really enjoy Dollar Shave Club. I've bought 2 suits from Alan Dupé. I've numerous times used Booking.com to where I've used Fiverr. I've used people on Fiverr to make the logos, the profile photo, the Bobo Audio Presents logo. Excuse me. I've purchased t-shirts from Teespring, and I have a t-shirt on Teespring for Bobo Audio Presents, but no one's purchased one yet. So that's okay. It's no big deal. I might eventually someday re-up the account to sell shirts again. Who knows? PlayAsia.com. It's a video game site based out of Hong Kong. You can get a lot of anime stuff. They sell video games, of course. A lot of Asian versions of games. It's the primary place when I was living in Seoul. It was the primary place to buy, U.S. versions of games in Asia. So that's why. And they have an affiliate program. One of the first affiliate programs I got into was with PlayAsia. And then, of course, Audible.com. www.audibletrial.com/Bobo Audio Presents. You get 2 free audiobooks just for get the trial, and you get audiobooks. And then, of course, Amazon.com. I'm an affiliate with Amazon. Click the link to, if you buy something off of Amazon, click the link. I get a little something. You get whatever you bought. Alrighty, and of course, I'm on Twitch at twitch.tv/Diablo de Toro. Find me on Twitter at
Old acquaintance be.
There we go. Twitter.com/Diablo del Toro. And there's twitch.tv/Diablo del Toro. And check out the favorite things at amazon.com/shop/Bobo Audio. Alright, you folks have a good night. Happy New Year. And I'll see you around next time. Alright, let me see. Is there anyone watching the stream? I don't know. Ooh, maybe I've got... Anyway. Let's see here. Well, that podcast will be a nice train wreck. Maybe I'll... Oh, my CPU is just running. Hang on. Let's get rid of this. Yeah, doing? I don't know what I'm doing. Alright, anyway. Anybody know the acceptable CTU temperature for an i7 2600? Oh, let's see what it's safe temperature. Maybe I need to update the BIOS version. Sorry, now I'm looking up. Like I said earlier, my computer was down for a while because I bought a new heat sink for my computer because my CPU's been running hot when I play Fortnite or PUBG on it. And so I bought this heat sink, and it's huge, and I can't install it. And I had to put it on the computer. I had to take the whole motherboard and everything out. And now after doing all that, I discovered I can't actually install it on the computer because the stupid motherboard already has a back plate behind the CPU that cannot be removed. And the new heatsink comes with a backplate that I have to install to install the heatsink. So I had the only option I had was to reinstall the old heatsink and the old heatsink and fan just to have my computer back. But I can't really play. If I play Fortnite or PUBG, I have to do it on the Xbox. And if I can't technically stream those games, I can record it on the computer and then re-upload them. But any future streaming will be older games because I want to use this heatsink because I paid a whole whopping $15 for it, and I want to be able to play these games on my computer without burning up the CPU. So my only options at this point is to buy a new motherboard, and I want to get older. It has to be an older well, it doesn't have to be an older motherboard, but I want to get an older motherboard where I can still use the RAM and the CPU, but at the same time, it's new enough to where I can continue to upgrade the CPU and expand the RAM even more. So there are options out there in the around. It's like $150, I think, for a motherboard that I'm looking for. But I might, because I got a decent power supply, and I've got all the other parts I need, and a video card I need. So I would really just need a motherboard and maybe a new case if it turns out I get because the case for the Optiplex 990 uses a regular ATX motherboard. And if I get a motherboard that's a micro ATX motherboard, I would need anyway, blah, 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 blah. 1:47 in the morning. Oh man, I'm gonna eventually need to get more average viewers. Anyway, and I guess I probably should look into updating the BIOS. I don't know if I updated the BIOS on this yet. Anyway, but to those of you who had taken time to stop by the stream tonight, thank you. I appreciate it. And again, check out Grind Kings Gaming at grind_kings with a Z _gaming. That's twitch.tv/grind_kings with a Z _gaming. And if you have travel needs, booking.com at www.booking.com/s/Diablo24. Where am I at? We're at about 51 minutes. I streamed for the evening. I'm back on the saddle, as it were. And that's my main goal for this evening. All right. Thank you, and good night.